Just as a disclaimer, we want you to know that some of the movies that we will be reviewing were shot in a different time and era where people of race and sex were not treated equally. We understand this and hope you do too. The movies or anything that happened on the sets are not the views of this podcast or what this show is intended to be all about.
Exactly. And we want to give due diligence in presenting the movie and not the views of the cast or directors or anyone involved. But we also feel it's necessary to let the audience know some of the background information to get a feel for what was happening at the time of shooting the film. Again, we hope you understand that we do not agree with everything that went on, and we just want to give out the information. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the show.
He's alive! Let me go! Let me go!
Do you mind if I say I think you're a swell person?
You're very beautiful. So beautiful, I'm going to make you immortal.
Hey, where's the girl?
Well, you'll never see her again.
I'll give you 3 to tell me where she is. I'm not kidding.
If you were to kill me, you're leaving at large a monster that only I can control.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema Podcast Universal Monsters series. I'm your host Jimbo.
And joined by Kyle.
Kyle, once again, joining us here for the podcast. Now, for this episode, we are doing The Mummy's Hand. And me and Kyle decided we are going to try something completely different, completely off script here in a second.
Thrown out the wall. Let's
go.
go.
Basically, we're going to cover the cast and the little things first, and then we're going to tell you to hit play if you're watching along with us, and we're going to walk through the movie and kind of give stuff as we go along, the plot and everything, and talk about the movie as we go along. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very different than what we've done before. So we figured we'd give it a shot. Why not? So we'll have to let you guys have to let us know if you like it or not. So
we're going a little crazy here.
Kyle, go ahead and talk about the Mummy's Hand and stuff before we really start.
I'll give you all the stuff I got here. We have The Mummy's Hand, released on September 20th of 1940. Directed by good old somebody's name that I don't have on there because it's blotted out by their printout here.
Oh, no, my printer messed it up.
Director unknown. I'll look it up real quick.
No, you don't have to. We'll just say it when we go through.
Because we're going to see the credits.
Right.
It was writers Griffin J. and Maxwell Shane. Producers Ben Piver. Cinematographer Elward Burdell. And the editor was Philip Kane. The movie has no gross, necessarily, but we do have technical details. The runtime is 67 minutes. The sound mix is mono for the Western Electric microphone recording. Color info is that it's black and white. The aspect ratio is that it's 1.37 by 1. That's like a 4 by 3, basically. And laboratory is the Universal Studios Laboratory in the US of A. The film length is 6 reels in length. The negative format is 35 millimeters, and the process is spherical. Next up, we have production dates. We have going from production status and production dates. Production dates are actually unknown, but for the filming locations, we do have the Universal Studios at 100 Universal City Plaza in Universal City at California, US of A. And next up, we're going on to awards, which there are none.
Now there was a
Awards and out. So we're just gonna move on to my favorite part. I'll just do my cast part real quick. I'm kind of playing things loosey goosey here. We have Dick Foran playing Steve Bannon, not the politician, but this guy. You'll recognize him from such films as the 1948 Fort Apache, the 1941 Riders of Death Valley, the 1963 Donovan's Reef. Next up, we have Peggy Moran playing Marta Sylvania. We recognize her from 1940's One Night in the Tropics, the 1941 Horror Island, and the 1942 Seven Sweethearts. Going forward, we have Eduardo Celinelli playing the High Priest. You'll recognize him from the 1940 film Foreign Correspondent, the 1939 film Gunga Din, the 1940 film Mysterious Dr. Satan. That's a great name. And 1944's Passage to Marsville. Going forward, we had Wallace Ford playing Babe Jensen. You'll recognize them from the 1932 film Freaks, 1943 film Shadow of Doubt, the 1950 film Harvey, and the 1965 film A Patch of Blue. And next up, we have George Zucco playing Andohib. I'm getting that pronunciation perfectly, I'm sure. We have him in the 1939 film Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the other 1939 film The Cat and the Canary, the 1942 film The Mad Monster, and the 1943 film Dead Man Walk. Next up, we have Cecil Kellyway playing Mr. Sylvania. They were in the 1942 film I Married a Witch, the 1946 film The Postman Always Rings Twice, the 1950 film Harvey, the 1967 film Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, a classic. Going forward, we have Charles Throwbridge playing Dr. Piche. You'll know him from the 1939 film The Man Who Could Not Hang, the 1940 film The Man with Nine Lives, the 1946 film The Valley of Zombies, great title, 1947 film Tarzan and the Huntress. And last, we have Tom Tyler playing the Mummy. You'll recognize him from the film we covered previously, the 1939 film Stagecoach. Then you'll recognize him from the 1930 film The Phantom of the West, the 1933 film Clancy of the Mounted, and he also played Captain Marvel in the 1941 film The Adventures of Captain Marvel, better known as Shazam nowadays. So that is a cast of The Mummy's Hand.
And I'll go ahead and throw out the facts here before we start the movie. The Mummy's Hand is not talking about the actual Mummy's Hand. Me and Kyle discussed. It's more like the Mummy's right-hand man, if you will, like his servant.
Chief assistant, right? His secretary.
To make the mummy appear more frightening, Tom Tyler's eyes and the inside of his mouth were blacked out frame by frame in almost all of his close-ups.
Meticulous work that has to be done. That pays off. It's good.
For the scene where the mummy is seen close up or in medium shots, Jack P. Pierce's painstaking makeup technique of gluing strips of cotton on Tom Tyler's face to create deep wrinkles were employed. But in long shots, Tyler wears a time-saving, much more comfortable rubber mask.
Oh my god!
I can only imagine.
Did you imagine how? Oh,
okay. That takes me. I'm going to have to tell this little story real quick.
Go for it.
When I was in 8th grade, I was in the Cinderella theater play for my school, and I played the king. Had a bald cap on and everything. Well, the guy that played the guy with the monocle was in 7th grade, grade lower than me.
Yeah,
and he had this beard that he was supposed to wear or whatever with the mustache or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it kept falling off. We didn't know what to do, so we put rubber cement on the back of the thing and stuck it to his face. And it stayed on. And I remember, no, it was just me and him. I think we just put it on there. And I remember we went to the bathroom afterward, and he's in there, and he's trying to pull it off, and he's just crying, and it's like stuck to his face. He's like, pulling it off. I felt so bad after that. So, R.I.P.
Oh, that's
Cinderella.
great.
Right.
Memories. Scarring him for life.
Several shots and sequences in this film, including the scene where Karras is punished by being buried alive, are lifted directly from the Universal's 1932 original version of The Mummy, the studio's philosophy being, why restage and reshoot something when we've already got it in the can? So they basically, just use...
Don't fix what ain't broken,
exactly.
Just gotta use what works.
The excavation scenes were shot at the Universal's backlot in a rocky desert-like section of the Natural Hills known as Gosman's Gulch, named after Russell A. Gosman, set decorator of this film and many other Universal's horror films. So it was augmented with artificial rock faces and boulders. Dick Foran's character here is of an adventurous archaeologist fascinated with ancient artifacts. Is kind of the partial inspiration for Indiana Jones.
I was about to say,
In all four Kars movies, the mummy has a disfigured and presumably useless right arm. Tyler's right arm is bent out at the elbow with his hand to his chest, and Chaney's hand and arms were tight against his chest. Reputedly made on a bare bones budget of only $84,000. This film proved popular enough to relaunch Universal's Mummy franchise, which had lain dormant since the original 1932 Boris Karloff movie.
$84,000. That's like even with inflation, that's like what some actors get paid daily to be on set.
Right. The Mummy's Hand was followed by 3 more films: The Mummy's Tomb, The Mummy's Curse, and The Mummy's Ghost, which I'm sure we'll eventually cover in the future.
Yeah.
So, now with that being said, I have no notes. We are going to do this old school style by clicking play. So,
From the forebears of our yesteryear,
are you comfortable, Kyle? Because we're getting ready to try this for the first. This is the first time we've ever done this on the Tragedy of Cinema. So this should be fun with Kyle. Kyle's always good for a laugh or two as we go along.
The Tragedy of Cinema 3000. Let's go.
So we're going to go ahead and hit play now. We are at the FBI. Hey, don't copy this. You could be punished prison in a $250,000
Support
fine.
the official release, folks.
Yeah.
Please.
That's what I love about movies, man. Me and you both, we have quite the collection on Vudu. You have like 4 times the amount I do, but we just love it. And what I like about the start of this is they start with the new Universal Earth spinning around, you know what I mean? And then as soon as this is over, you're going to see that they jump back to like the 1930s era or 50s era Universal thing with the black and white.
Retaining it, the classic.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what year did you say this came out?
I believe it was 1930. 1940. Sorry, September 20th, 1940.
Right.
That's the day to come out. So
there you have the Universal Picture logo spinning around.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Just over 81 years ago now. Yeah. Everyone's dead.
Here we go. Universal presents The Mummy's Hand. Dun, dun, dun. Yay. And now we have the list of characters, the players.
I just read those names. You know what that's?
All right, you could have just read them right here.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget to mention the director or producer that you forgot.
Yeah, screenplay by Griffin J. Original story. Yeah. Original story was a Griffin J. Cool. Oh, director of photography. We didn't just miss it already, did we?
No.
That'd be so embarrassing if we did. But I don't think we did.
Hey, Kyle missed it again. If you look down there, you see that the Western Electric was part of it. But this is what I like about the old movies. You have the players. It's not the cast, it's the players.
Yeah, it's a panache and style. I love it.
It tells the cast on one side, and it tells who played them on the other side. So that's on pretty much all of them. There you go.
Produced by Ben Parvar. I believe I did get that name, actually. So hopefully get the director's name, too. Directed by Christy Cabane. Christy Cabane.
So was it directed by a woman?
That sounds unheard of for the time, and I think that should have been in the trivia if it was.
Right.
I have to look it up now.
No, I got it. Go ahead.
You got it? Okay.
Follow along. Go ahead.
Follow along. We have a woman praying to the temple of the ancient gods for, I believe, this is the mummy going through his process of being like, oh, we gotta make sure this guy is like super mummified, again like cursed, such as the curse of Amun-Ra, king of all gods, Cairo.
I like how they just put that up there, Cairo.
Where are we at? Cairo. That's where they have the signs there in Cairo all the time. Just signs. Hey, where are you at? Cairo. Just look up. You'll see a sign there. Then we have the man in the fun hats. I forget the name of the hats.
Yeah, what are those?
The fez hat. That's what it is. Classics think it's style. I wish they stayed in style, but I guess the culture's changed a little bit. We don't wear fezzes anymore. That's sad.
I think the Shriners still wear them, don't they?
I don't know. I have looked it up and hopefully not offend anybody. Let's see. We have the Fez man. It's riding the camel. And
I thought this was funny because you can watch the camel. He's like, "Is this thing getting down?" He's like, "Oh,
definitely a little uneasy." Like,
he gets off. He tucks in his shirt. Everything. Oh, let me get out of here. So you have this guy. He's going to it looks like the temple where the mummy's right hand man usually sits. The guy that oversees the mummy. Mm-hmm. And you can tell this. This was on the back studios. They said. And then you have that one rock that has the face on it,
yeah, that's the mummy's place.
And look at all the stairs there, man. That reminds me of, what was it? Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, when he takes the slinky and puts him down the stairs from the Aztec temple or whatever.
Yeah. I was thinking also like a similar set design we had when we watched Dracula's Daughter. It's like the same kind of level of just like wonky stairs and nothing, like looks a little bit off in a fun way, actually. Just really cool. Yeah. And here we go. He's actually arrived at the temple now. And he is speaking to, I believe, an ancient priest of some degree. Yeah. Serious. I should fear. Oh, okay. For the Valley of Jackie again, he's talking like, I'm an old man. I'm
Christy
gonna die.
Caban was actually a man.
Christy
Her
Caban was
name
his
was
name.
Christy. So there you have it.
I guess Christy is a mono-gendered name, I'd agree. To a degree. What do you think? Do you think Christy's a girl name?
I don't know any Christies.
You don't know any
Do you?
Christy? Actually, I do. I know a lot of Casey's, especially. And
I didn't say Casey. I said Christy.
Casey is a boys and girls name, so I bet Christy could go the same way. That's what I'm saying. Christy goes both ways.
So this guy has arrived here, and he tells
That transition shot
tells him
with the smoke of the
tells him
past.
to look. Hey, look in this cauldron, if you will.
Cauldron of past scene.
And it goes through and it shows how the one lady, I forgot her name, was buried alive, and they showing like basically they're taking her to her final resting place. The king, what's her name,
Doing the
Amenophis.
prophet. Yeah.
He wanted to bid her farewell, so they're taking her. That's really cool how they have all the Egyptians, lined up, paying respect to him, and they bring her in there.
I almost wonder if they used like a second mirror for that shot to make the tunnel look a little bit longer, possibly, but I don't think they did because it looks like it went continuous without a reflection of the sarcophagus, basically.
And then there was Kairos, who was a prince, and he loved her, and he looks depressed, man. Like, man, I love this lady.
Like, man, I made poor choices in my life. This is where I'm at.
Right. So, he refused to believe that she was gone, and it shows him he's going to the statue, and he's going to, the altar room of Isis, I believe. And he goes in there to steal the secret of eternal life, which is the leaves. I can't remember the name of the leaves at the moment. I'm sure.
I believe it'll say it here in the dialogue just a moment.
But he knows that,
Official
hey,
name.
if I use these, I can bring Anaka back to life, is what the rumor is on the street.
Yeah. He
so-
stole for the Tana leaves.
Tana, that's what they were.
Yeah, Tana leaves.
So he opens it up, and there's like just a whole chest full of these Tana leaves. And he's like, yeah, I can bring her back to life.
I got all these leaves, man. I can do whatever I want.
And then that's really cool here is this statue just moves its right hand, and you hear the dong, he's...
To signify the displeasure of the gods somehow.
Right.
Like a trap to some degree.
So you see the guy with the Tana sleeves, he's at the tomb of the princess, and he's got the scroll out, and he's getting ready to try to raise her. And they come in, and they busted.
Yeah, busted.
So
man.
now he goes before the actual, and you see right there the actual.
The commander basically mimicked the same motion the
The statue did.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. And here you see the stock footage they reused from the original Mummy, where they were burying him alive.
I
Where
love
they're
the
wrapping
panic
him.
in his eyes. It's so good.
That goes to show you that you can have a lot of performances that you don't have. That's why some of the silent movie eras were so good, because people had to act out with their facial expressions.
Yeah. In some cases, it may have been over exaggerated, but also that exaggeration does convey a lot still in a really good way.
So they're burying him alive. They have these slaves, if you will, taking the coffin and they're throwing it in the ground. And this is kind of crazy, where they also buried the Tana leaves with him, so he can never be up. And they turn around, and here is where I do believe they shoot all the people that they just not shoot, but spears. Yeah. All the slaves that just carried down, so they could not tell anybody because they were afraid that they were going to leak the information out to somebody else. And it shows them all speared. So then they end up digging up the coffin and the Tana leaves, and they start carrying it and moving on to a different grave, which is in a cave, which is on the side of the mountain, where we are located. Yeah. And you're coming back out of the cauldron now. And so basically, this old leader of the Mummy saying, they said for 3,000 years, this Kairos guy, as he has remained in this cave.
Yeah, just waiting.
Just right here on the other side, man. And he's like, he's waiting to bring death whoever tries to defile Anaka's tomb. So he's basically saying, he never really died. He's still, he was still alive in there or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's going to be telling the secret here in a minute about why they use the Tana leaves. So he's telling me, like, look, here's how this is going to work. Over here under this idol, if you go under there, there's a secret thing. There is a treasure chest, basically, and this is the one that we saw the prince pull out that has all the Tana leaves in it. And the old guy said, hey, open it. And he opens it up, and he's like, Tana leaves?
I don't even know where they got the box from. They just redecorated like a soda cooler or something like that. Just like, here we go, just throw some ornaments on it, and that's good. Tana leaves, yeah.
Of course. He's like,
they look like regular tobacco leaves too. Just put it out there.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bring me 3 of them, I think he says, right?
Yeah. Bring it to the royal hookah.
And he throws it into the little, what do you call those things? Like a
Urn or something like that? A mixing
pestle?
urn?
Yeah, something like that. It's like a boiling pot, if you will. And he's telling him here, that one on each night during the cycle of the full moon, you have to dissolve 3 leaves of the tanna and give it to the fluid and give the fluid to the Karis.
Karis, yeah.
And
The jackals are displeased.
he's like, "Hey, you hear this?" He's like, "The children of the night. They howl about the hill of the 7 jackals where Kairos must be fed." So he's like, anybody that seeks to desecrate the tomb of Anaka, basically, you use 9 leaves in each night to give life and movement of Kairos, and he's going to go kill him. Which is kind of weird because you wonder how many times that he's actually had to bring him to life to do that if somebody came to defile the tomb.
Yeah.
And how would you know that you need 9?
Yeah, there's really a lot of trial and error to get there. You can also see
And this is like, yeah, you brew more than 9, you're gonna basically make him
unstoppable. Basically.
Right, you're gonna give him a large amount of fluid and an uncontrollable monster. So I guess if you only do it with 9, he'll listen to whoever. You know what I mean?
But if you do more than that, he'll go.
So basically, what we're getting from this is, hey, for the three leaves, you have to do it every moon to keep him alive. I guess is what we're taking from this. 9 is this, hey, I'm in some trouble, you need to go kill this guy. And more than 9 is...
essentially,
good luck.
Yeah.
So the old guy takes this medallion that he's had on you, the medallion of the high priest. I guess that'd be the thing that the mummy listens to. So this is very... I found this weird. He's telling him to swear by the ancient gods, do this, do that. And he's like, I swear on my life that...
That's really the power of Amon-Ra.
And... The old guy's just like, okay, it's yours now. And then he just kind of just kills over, you know what I mean?
kills over and dies.
Yeah.
As you do as an old man, I guess. I don't know.
And,
my gods of Egypt.
So he knows that the successor has been chosen. He's like, may you find him worthy. And he's like, basically, my watch is done. And he just slumps over and dies. So now we have this new guy. And he's like, oh, he's kind of sad. So then we go to a cutscene. Now here you see, I guess this is Egypt in the 40s.
Yeah. Or even the late 30s, beyond the filming dates, which didn't have, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. This guy right here, he is hilarious the entire movie. He calls him Babe. His name's Babe.
This is where the movie felt like it was going a little more like slapstick, where almost like Abbott and Costello meet Mummy or something like that. But not quite that far, but like a halfway point maybe, where it's like, these are just some nincompoops on an archaeological journey.
Not all of them, just the Babe guy. The other guy seems like he has a head on his shoulder, you know what I mean?
Well, he's the straight man to the funny man. That's
right. So he's just wanted to get back. He's like, hey, I'm going to go get Coney dogs and all that, in Brooklyn tonight. But the other guy, he's looking at all the shops here.
Hey, you trucks that you pay for it. Blah, blah, blah. That's why
so he's looking at all these archaeological or all these vasses. And this guy right here, you need to pay attention to because he's important. The guy that's asking for alms, he plays a role later in the money. So Steve throws a couple of coins down his way and he's buying it and all that. And like,
testing it's real, all kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. No one does.
And he wants him to read his fortune. He's like, don't you ever shave? You know what I mean? I was like, man, this guy
so
just
mean.
So he's looking at him, and you can tell right now that guy is up to no good. Mm-hmm. So now you got Babe. This is where he goes, and he starts dancing with this
like animatronic doll or something like that. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And this lady comes up, he's like, hey, you like it? He's like, yeah, it reminds me of somebody. I just can't remember who right now. I think that was hilarious. Yeah, she's like, hey, this is a real Egyptian item. She comes from Bazaar of Aisha. She said, brings good luck.
That's the thing about all street vendors. Everything you buy there brings good luck.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, where'd this vase come from? He's like, oh, it came from far away. It was over there in Arab. He's like, hey, this is a very old
Call her
piece.
Poopsie.
Yeah, he's going to call the doll Poopsie.
Your Egyptian doll Poopsie.
Yeah, he called him, hey, babe. She's like, who, me? You know what I mean? He's like, no, he means me. That's why I was confused when I first watched it. I was like, what? He's like, how much money? He's like, $38. He's like, no. I mean folding money, the one that you keep in your shoe. He's like, the $84. He says, what do you do?
$84 in a shoe? Wow.
Yeah.
Must be some big shoe. I can't keep $84 in my shoe.
He's like, well, you want to pay $75 for this? It's
for a broken
all our
arm.
money. He's taking off his shoes. He's $75. And there's this The old guy,
the beggar is like listening over him. Yeah,
right? So they know, he's wanting to get this Voss. He doesn't understand
the significance of it at all.
Right.
Not
But,
yet, at least. Yeah.
But I wonder if the guy that was alms knew.
What?
I wonder if the guy that was doing the alms knew.
Oh, doing the alms. Like, it's clearly had some suspicion.
And if he did, why would he just let it be out there on the street vendors like that?
It's just one of those things. I guess it's better to, like, if you place the bait down, then you know how to get him in the trap, versus, like, if you let anyone discover it, then, like, or, like, if you try and hold on to it too much, then, like, other people will come from everywhere. So, like,
they take the vase back to, I guess, a museum, science center or something, archaeological.
examined,
yeah. So he's like, look, these are, this is of great archaeological importance to us. And Babe's like, hey, that sounds good.
you think it'd be worth a lot of money? Say, like, the $75 I just spent on all this?
So they've discovered that it is the Hill of the Seven Jackals.
Yeah. And this is where we meet Professor Andoheb,
Which is very interesting.
George Zuko. Yeah.
Because isn't he the high priest right now?
I believe he is. That's what we're going to lead to here in the future. I don't think it's fully revealed yet, but yes.
Right.
That's the man we saw earlier before, but now we've actually seen him, in the prequel scene, whatever.
The prequel
scene, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, the Temple Sun that go we did, the Inca ruins in Mexico, the lost Himalayan city, he's naming all these archaeologists. So he's obviously a man of...
many travels.
Not him, the other guy, the Steve.
Yeah.
So they said Steve Banning found this in the bazaar, if you will. And he's like, oh, this is interesting. He's like, you think so? He's like, well, yeah. He's like, these are hieroglyphs. He said, we thought that, without this, he said, this is one of the clever imitations I've ever seen. So he's just...
yeah. Downplaying it immediately.
Right.
Even though it's pretty clear that he knows that, like, something's up with this, even though he's trying to pass it off as just a poor imitation, he knows it's the real deal.
Right. He says, what makes you think that you don't think this is authentic? He's like, think, Mr. Banning? He's like, I have devoted my entire life to the study of Egyptian hieroglyphs, and I've I'm thought of basically as somebody as an authority on this subject.
I'm one of the best of the best of the best. You questioning me and my professionalism?
I've been with the Cairo, Egypt. I've entertained dozens of vases exactly like this. The Cairo Bazaars do a thriving business selling them to the tourists because that's what tourists do.
Yeah. In other words, he's trying to tell them he's been swindled and all those kind of things, even though, like, if anything, he stumbled upon the real thing. So... yeah, and meanwhile, I believe Babe is trying to sell it even as a great swindle. Like, it's still cool, right? It's still worth $35, right. Just desperately trying to get his money back, and he's just a funny character. I like him a lot.
He's like,
yeah. But now we got to go investigate the real places: the Hill of the Seven Jackals, the Tomb of Nanaka, and all this kind of thing.
He said, "Hey, won't you finance our expedition?" Basically, if Princess Nanaka's tomb is found in the Hills of the Seven Jackals, he's like, people's tried and they've tried to find it and they were never heard of again. That's one of the most dangerous regions in
doing everything to downplay.
Egypt.
I'm like, one, I will not finance it, and two, if you do find financing, it's insanely dangerous. It's not worth it. Don't even bother with it because it's a fool's errand.
Here's where he drops the vase.
It destroys it.
He did it on purpose. He's like, hey, let me allow to pay for this. He's like, hey, that thing costs us $300 or $150. Yeah. So I think Steve's starting to see, hey, why did he do this? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now you can see the professor. He's like, the
beggar now comes in to see the professor, and they discuss what about what that archaeologist thinks about the vase, and tries to think about what their next course of action is. Because now they know he's something to worry about. Yeah.
So they go back in the other room and they're like, hey, I still think this is real, don't you? He's like, I do. He's like,
yeah, Steve Bannon is still committed to the idea that this is a real vase and he wants to go do that. So he's going to try and get the money, get the funding for his expedition into that region of the land of the Seven Hills, or whatever you call that. I believe the Seven Jackals.
The Hills of the Seven Jackals.
Hills of the Seven Jackals, yes. And he brings out his... Yeah, and then...
So we're back in the other room and the
Andoheb reveals his medallion that makes him the new protector of the Temple of the Ancient Gods.
A cruel and violent death shall be his fate. So we go to a cutscene again, and now you see... this is where the great Salvini comes in.
Yes.
So Babe is at the doing a little card trick at the bartender.
This is definitely the scene of the movie that first commanded my attention. Everything else is a little bit like, the movie's going on. But then seeing Babe do the card tricks and swindling the bartender and everything like that, this is a lot of fun.
And he gets
I really
a free
enjoyed it.
drink. You know what I mean? He's like, look, you've been beating me all week at these card games. What's the give?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what's this thing? He's like, that's my poopsie. It's a dancing Egyptian doll that he brought up.
Dancing Coochie dancer.
Oh, man.
Oh, get away with that only nowadays. And here we see Steve joining Babe at the back of the bar and discussing like how Steve has struggled to get funding still. So he said he's heard no in a bunch of different languages from other people he's trying to convince to get funding from. So it's clear they still have to find funding as they're going forward. So this thing's going to be all about that, them trying to find someone who financed them in the bar. So the museum of Manhattan specifically, they say like,
No thanks.
like, we think you're cool, but we're not going to give you thousands of dollars just to, look for a tomb that may not even exist. Or you get killed.
Yeah. He said basically all they need is a couple measly thousands of dollars.
Couple thousands of dollars, no big deal. Couple thousands of dollars of 1940 money.
But I'll
do that adjustment real quick.
But
to see how much
they
actually
did
is.
get a permit to dig basically anywhere they want in Egypt. So
Yeah, they can just make that happen, so that's good. Let's see here.
and here comes Santa me. He's like, hey, look, there's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
No, but
I want a fire truck.
so this is where the Babe says, hey, I'm gonna go pull a trick on this guy.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Yeah. Fun fact, real quick: $2,000 in 1940 would be equivalent of about $40,000 of today's money. So,
Yeah, so
not actually, that's a pretty affordable expedition, I think, considering all things considered. Yeah. Salvini the Great.
yeah, and
magician.
they see the Santa
Sylvana the
Sabina, and Babe has not seen it. And Steve's trying to say him, hey,
Trying to punch him on the shoulder, like, "Hey, look
Yeah.
over here at the sign," and like he's just ignoring him.
But he said, "Hey, let's up the stakes." He's like, "If you don't guess it, then you have to buy drinks for the entire place." So this is hilarious. Steve knows, hey, I'm gonna just stay away. So everybody gathers around.
It's a short thing. Yeah.
He said, "Pick a card." He's like, "Any card?" He's like, "Okay, I'll take this one." It's like I think
Two hearts, I believe.
2 of hearts, 2 of spades. He's like, "Now shuffle them."
And Mr. Salvini does an excellent shuffle, I'm sure. No forces there.
Yeah, and if you see.
Babe has a card right in the back of his neck collar.
Yeah, and it's it's the card that he had,
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, your card was what?" And see, the thing is, Salvini has stuck that card behind his neck, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
This is a great trick. Yeah.
Now he's
Just
like,
outright, I was like, I give up. What was your card? The 2 of hearts.
yeah. So you go through the heart. He's like, "There ain't no 2 hearts in this deck." He's like, "No,
of course
of course there is." He said, "Watch." And he just put it on there. Great scene. So Salvini put the card back on top. He's the greatest magician. So now everybody's buying the drinks, and you see Babe. He's like, "How are you going to pay for all these?" He's like,
No,
I'm sure you got money, and he pulls out money out of out of Babe's front pocket. He's like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
how did I get it there?"
So he's clearly just having fun with them, not actually holding to account of all those, of that gamble.
Right.
So, incredibly nice guy, actually, but a fun trick nonetheless. I just love
It's
it.
great. He's doing some bunch of crazy things where he's like, "Hey, I need a light," and he pulls out a lit candle from his coat pocket.
Yeah.
So he
That guy clearly we enjoy to be around.
oh man, he looks fun.
Yeah.
Salvini looks like he was a great guy. He played a good part in this movie. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Look, first and foremost, I'm here for show business." He's like, "My real name's Tim Sullivan."
Tim Sullivan from Brooklyn. Oh, Greenpoint. Greenpoint.
He's like, "Oh, I haven't been there in years."
So now they're like old chums now because they're both from New York, Brooklyn. So they know they have a mutual history. Yeah.
So here we have the old
beggar again.
alm guy.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to say that word.
predestination or Destination.
Digitizations? I have no idea. It's a big word. It's got a lot of syllables. I got a lisp. I can't do that here. Like I said, this is live, folks. We're doing it right now.
So now Babe's thinking, hey, this guy seems like he's got money. He's pretty famous. Think we should let him in on what we're doing here?
It's like, oh, no. Which is literally another kind of swindle in its own way of just like, oh, no, don't tell him about our big money venture. And of course, getting his curiosity for him to look into investing in.
They said, okay.
Fine. Twist our arm and we'll tell you all about this.
We got something that's going to make us rich and famous.
Yeah, rich and famous. Who would want to be like that, though?
Yeah.
I would hate to be rich and famous. Yeah.
So basically, he's saying, "Look, I'm an archaeologist, and I've got a clue about the possible location of the tomb.
Yeah.
It's only take a couple of thousand to outfit the expedition." So the alms guys in there listening, and now they're ripping down the poster of the Great Salvini.
Great for making room for probably. I guess that man's probably going to be at a fighting show later. Strongest man alive.
And now we come to the hotel room where this beautiful, attractive young lady is packing up
Mrs. New Love Interest. Yes.
the stuff. And is this what's his name? Emna Hop. What's his name?
Professor Endahead.
Yeah.
Endoheed.
So this is where he comes in, and he's like, "Look, I've been watching your father, and I think he's a great artist, and you are most charming." She's like, "Well, thank you very much. Do you mind if I go on with my packing?" Because they're like, "Hey, we're leaving. We're getting out of here.
Getting out of town. Like the show's over. We got to move on to the next place."
He's like, "Well, when are you leaving?" She's like, "Well, we're leaving tonight." And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna be sorry to lose this artist. He's been doing some great things here." And she's like, "I don't think I understand you, Professor." She's like, Marta, for some reason, there's been strangers and swindlers here in Egypt that try to come up with these fabrications of tombs to go find these tombs that have been sealed in these past, and a lot of these people that go out on these in the future on these quick get rich quick schemes.
Yeah.
Basically, they all end in tragedy.
Yeah, they all end in tragedy. You're gonna get.
She's like, "Yeah, well, what's that got to do with me?" She's like, "What?" And this guy's like, "Well, I believe your father
may have
just come upon
been
something
swindled.
like this."
He may have been invested into this. Yeah.
She's like, "Well, I don't understand."
That's preposterous. She just went to the bar. No one.
She's like,
to the bar.
"We'll be on the boat in an hour." She's like, "My father's out of buying the tickets right now," and he's like, "Well, I'm happy to hear that." And she's like, "I hope don't take offense that it is I, a total stranger who should be warning you that this is happening with your father." She's like, "Nah." She's like, "I'm grateful."
It's so nice of you, actually. No, I couldn't. Yeah. So the only person must leave our country. I agree.
So he's
bit of a creep.
Yeah, he's kind of basically giving her a backhanded compliment as he's leaving. And he's gone.
Out of the sot. He's gone forever.
So she's like, "Well, that was kind of weird." She looks around. Now she's mad. Now she's like, "Well, I'm sure my father did do something like this."
Yeah.
So here comes the old alms guy, alms for the poor. He's back at the bar again, or still at the bar. And he's speaking in foreign language to these guys. I don't know what he says, but I think, basically they got money. We're going to beat them up is what I get.
Yeah.
So they sign a contract, Salvini and the two guys,
pour drinks. They drink to their good fortune and all that good stuff. Like they both got locked into a good thing now. So they feel good about it. Yeah, and now the great Salvini is filling his glass with Babe's finger. Using Babe's finger to fill all the other glasses in part two. Incredible magic trick. Don't know actually how they did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm like, I don't know that trick. That's a really good one though. Yeah, it's impressive. Magicians have been doing amazing stuff for.
Babe's like trying to squeeze his finger, like, "Hey, what?
Can I get more? This how I get free liquor now?"
You can tell that they've been drinking a lot already. Mm-hmm. So now the table where the alms guys were, they come over there, and the guy runs right into Salvini. Mm-hmm. And here we go. They start the fight. Yeah. And chairs being broken. So this is your own bar fight. Savini's got his cane.
Did you see the wall kind of almost fall off there?
And you know what I get from this, watching Savini, this reminds me of the old 66 Batman where they do the bim, bam.
Yes, it really
especially
is.
Savini, because he's got his cane like the Penguin would have, and, kicking, bam, bam. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
It really is. You're right. You're dead on.
The poof.
Yeah,
and
he broke
exactly
the window and he's trying to get out. Yeah, and
So Steve's in there still fighting like four people. The other two already ran off. And
because Steve's a leading man, he can fight a room full of men, no problem. But
the bartender's just like, stop
destroying my bar. Oh my gosh!
Can you not? Does that not scream Batman to you?
Yes, absolutely.
And I like he's just yelling for the police help, but he doesn't leave to go get them or anything. He just stands behind the bar and yells. So now the lady is back at the hotel.
Yeah,
and she's waiting for her father. He comes in drunk, basically.
Yeah, he's clearly had his happy hour.
She's like, "Oh, so you're back?" He's like, "I've been getting the tickets."
Yeah, and nothing else peculiar, I promise.
She said, "You made me do all this packing." she's like, look, you don't have to pack. She's like, what are you talking about? What'd you get us into now, basically? He's like, well, guess what?
I have found a way to become rich and famous.
Yeah. And he's like, did I ever show you this one? He takes his hat off. She pulls off, and it's a goldfish in the water.
Yeah.
I'm still amazed by some magicians sometimes. The stuff they come up with, sleight of hand, they're still very entertaining.
It's incredibly impressive.
He starts pulling this scarf out of his sleeve, you know what I mean? And it's just...
Yeah. It's incredible the amount of training that goes into I know a famous physician like Penn Jillette. He said it's like 500 hours of training for 30 seconds of entertainment.
Right.
To get it perfectly.
Or like Chris Angel.
Yeah. Mind freak. Yeah.
So basically, she's like, "Hey, look, what'd you do? You found an expedition that's going to get us rich and famous." She's like, "Well, yeah. How'd you know?" He's like, "That fake mind reading I've taught you is really rubbing off on you."
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
knew it was
"Look,
real.
You just got swindled again, basically." She's like, "Tell me you didn't. How could you?" She's like, "These men are swindlers." She's like, "I was warned."
Yeah.
He said,
I was
"Look,
warned by a random man, so he must be right, and he must be wrong.
She said, "They can't be. I've got a contract." So he starts pulling stuff out of his pockets that are all part of his magic illusions, like a light bulb.
They blows out.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, here it is somewhere. There it is.
No, that's a gigantic card.
Two giant playing cards. A dead skunk. And behind your back, here's this contract.
She's like, "When are you going to grow up? Look,
Never.
We were all doing very well."
That man's been a man-child since birth. Yeah. Trying to be good for moths. Yeah.
2,000 to finance research for the tomb of Anaka.
I wish I can go to a bar and find a man to finance me $40,000. I don't know. Just sounds like it's an expedition. Don't worry, just give me 40 grand to be fine.
So he's still doing magic. He's pulling out flowers. It kind of makes you wonder how many tricks he has up his sleeve or on this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clearly he has
She said, "Honey, these aren't tricks. These are good people." He's like, "Well, where do they live?" He's like, "What do they do?" He's like, "I don't know." Very well.
I don't know. I've had a drink since then.
So I went through the window. He's like,
I don't know. I was thrown out of a window after paying 40 grand.
She's like, "You mean you gave him all this money and you don't even know where they live?" So he opens up his trunk and he's going to take, change his clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's throwing all his trick stuff in there. And so she finds out that, hey, on the top of the letter, that the contract, it said the Cairo Hotel, so he knows where to go. Takes out the fake revolver. She shoves him. He goes flying into the Great Slovenia trunk. And she locks the trunk.
Yeah. Traps him in the trunk.
She opens it up, and he's gone. Yeah, so now he's in one of the cases behind her. He's like, "Hey, get me out of there. I can't get out." She's like, "You got the key?" Or he's like, "You got the key?" She's like, "Nah, you need to stay in there so you can stay out of trouble." It's like, man, this lady's... So here we see...
They've clearly stunned us a time or two.
Next thing we see old Poopsie dance on the table, and Babe is loving it. So there's a knock on the door, and here comes old... What's her name? Greta? Or no,
no, it is not. Oh my gosh, I have to get her name right.
So she pulls out the gun, the fake gun, and revolver on Babe.
Oh, Maria.
Yeah, and she's asking, "Hey, are you Steve Banning?" He's like, No. She's like, "I'll get Steve." And so she shoots into the... She makes like a heart into the wall or something, doesn't she? Is it a heart?
I think it's, making a heart.
Yeah. And then one right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me the question: how many bullets does that gun hold?
I believe it should just be a regular 600 revolver.
Well, that was 10 shots there, I think.
Yeah.
So basically, like, look, everybody, give me back the money for my father.
Like, got more than 10 on there, actually. That looks like a lot.
She's like, "Oh, there's the guy you want, Steve Banning." She's like, "Look,
It's like,
I'm not falling for that."
Yeah.
So he grabs the gun from her, shoves her down on the thing. And if you know, where's the gun? The gun's not in his hand right now. He just took it from
a little
her.
poor scene continuity, possibly.
Yeah, and I think it shows up right in the next scene, too, if I remember right. Because that's one thing that stood out.
It's just that smooth guns disappear with them.
He's like, "Well, look, we're not crooks." They said, we'll just believe in what we do. And he's like, "Well," she's like, "Oh, so you'll be giving us the money back?" He's like, "Well,
Gotta get
no." She said, "It's already spent." He's like, "We've already spent it on the natives to help
dig up the tomb and, all the supplies I need. They already spent the money, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Well, I'm sorry. I thought your father was a wealthy man." And
wouldn't be a problem, but
He's like,
apparently it
yeah,
is.
we didn't even know he had a daughter. Like that would have
Never
made a
even mentioned
difference.
it. Yeah.
So he's like, look, Dr. Petrie and Eminent Archaeologists will vouch for us. We're intend to find the tomb, and we're going to share the proceeds equally with your father.
Yeah.
And she's
Right.
like, well, just the same, you're not going to trap me into going on anything like that. He's like, wait a minute. Who said you were going to go? She said, I did. She said, I don't think I'm letting my father go out there alone. You're basically going to try to get more money from him. And then when we leave, we'll be right with you every single minute on this expedition. And Steve's like, well, great. And then Babe's like whistling. And he's like, hey, Steve, can a woman go nuts from getting sawed in half too many times?
It happens to all of us. We get saw in half. It's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Babe is a just highly to be seen.
So then we have little cutscenes of camels and people walking through the desert over the little sand dunes. I see them pickaxing and shoveling and
Doing the
moving
work,
big rocks.
Work
and-
montage. This is where nowadays we put like a nice musical upbeat over the whole thing. Working all day, doing all stuff, finding rocks. And of course, they're not quite finding anything just yet, but that's just how expeditions go, I guess.
Yeah, and see, you got they're like at the panhandle, the old
Panhandling sifter thing.
what do you call that? Basically, when you go look for jewels and all that, excavating, the little shaken.
Yeah.
So if there was any diamonds or
I
anything,
thought it was called a sifter. That's what that was.
Oh well, maybe it is. I didn't hear what you said.
It is definitely a sifter. I'm an expert. Okay.
So Kyle calls it the sifter.
It's Kyle Sifter. I'm going to trademark it right now. Can't use a sifter now without my express written permission. That's how it goes. I am the law.
So basically,
We're setting up some explosives to demo out some stuff and just like all those things. Yeah.
yeah. So they basically they're going to try to blow this up, and they don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then they find something. Somebody yells for them to find something, and they go over there and look, and it is Kyle.
It is the corpse of the mummy, basically. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Oh wait, no,
No, it's not.
wait.
This was one of the expeditions that disappeared.
Oh, this is the previous expedition. You're right. My
Kyle,
bad.
he was way off.
I am zoned out right now. I'm so transfixed. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, but
Who am I? Where's
but they
my
found
horse?
the locket and had the guy and the girl in there. So he's like, "Look, this is Dr. So-and-so," and it was the guy that basically,
I feel so foolish.
all the people that are digging, they run away because they're like, "Look, we're not touching
This place is cursed. We don't want to be any part of this at all. And now we got a whole avalanche because the explosion went off. So we got to see like what's going on. What they uncover.
He's like, babe, where are you? And he's like, what happened? He's like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I just started to hook the wire to the detonator to stop the dynamite. Boom, here I am.
Yeah,
And this is where the one guy's like, hey,
we've
look.
totally uncovered this thing, perfectly preserved. It's fine.
Yeah, so it looks like the entrance to the tomb.
This is an unholy tomb, though. It's the seal of the 7 jackals. Spooky. It's very spooky, Jim.
Yeah, so they're gonna try to break in there and like, look, this is unholy.
It's an
All
unholy
the guys
tomb.
start
I wanna get in
running.
there. Yeah.
Like, look, you guys are gonna bring on the wrath of the gods. He's like, go get them back. You gotta get in here. So they start digging into the cave, if you will, the side of this mountain.
They never do a movie where like the archaeologists trust the natives there when all the natives run off. It's like, don't go in there, and like they should have the archaeologists go like, actually,
And at the
to your
top
point,
of the cliff, you see
the professor, Andoheb, and the beggar.
yeah, and they have made it inside now. So now we know, according to the beginning of the movie, that if you feed him 9 leaves, it will kill whoever or whatever. So they go inside this, and this is what it's hard to understand. This cave basically just has this one little tomb, this one little coffin in it.
Yeah.
And they take it, they open up like I guess, what do you call it, like the
sarcophagus box, the box of the sarcophagus.
right. So then they actually pull out the coffin. It kind of looks like your King Tut.
Yeah.
It's
the
King Tut coffin. Yeah. So they start pulling out the coffin. They remove the lid. They're like, you need to be careful. And then they take off the coffin, and it just pops right off. It's not like it's sealed or anything.
Yeah, it's not dirty or anything. It looks brand new.
And Maria gasps as she looks, and there he is, the mummy himself.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Looks really well.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this ain't the Princess of Naga. This is a man.
Yeah, she's just a dude. Who cares about?
And he
dude?
says, "This is what I don't understand," because he said, "Look, this is the finest preservation I've ever seen." Did you notice that transition right there? That the mummy's eyes were right there where the moon glow is. I thought that was really cool.
Great little
But
detail.
here's what I don't understand. Let me throw this. And now we're sitting outside at the tomb. If he says this is the finest state of preservation he's ever been in, the mummy was never preserved.
Yeah, but also like since he was never truly dead, he never actually rotted away. So to him, it's preservation, but to the mummy, it's just like I never rotted in the first place. So.
But it's not really preservation because he's still alive. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Mm-hmm.
So very interesting there.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So
he's bad work.
Yeah. So they're basically saying, hey,
we never had no full moon here before. So that's why the jackals are going crazy over the hills. And because they discovered the mummy's body, the mummy's sarcophagus now, like everything's going to go bad.
Right.
You don't disturb the dead, folks. It's kind of a cardinal rule of all societies.
So there's the howling of the jackals, and
you can see the skull in the clouds too. They did that too. That's really impressive.
Right. So we've said, basically, the professor and the hieroglyphs, they're in there, the doctor, what did the lines on the face mean? So they have the mummy laid out on the table. And he's like, look, there's only one, there's lines on his face, there's only one thing. He was actually buried alive. He must have struggled, and, with these bandages. He's like, it's a terrible way to die, probably for some
extreme criminal, basically, like that. Yeah. Like someone who disgraced the gods, like someone who offended society to such a point that they had to mummify him while he was still alive. Sounds absolutely vicious.
So he said, it feels like living tissue. And he's like, this is the most amazing example of embalming I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So basically, the archaeologist doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Can't really reason with it. It's like, this is just incredible. I love it. Now, we'll probably entertain the idea, like, well, maybe he was never dead. And here they grab a whole handful of the Tana leaves.
Which is interesting because they're out of the... So do they have some in the tomb with him, and they also have some at the chest still?
Yeah, in the box, yeah.
And, if you go back to the beginning of the movie, they say that for 3,000 years or whatever, that's a lot of Tana leaves. Do they just go pick them somewhere? Or, what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It isn't like, how do you get that supply of Tana leaves? Like, even if you fill a jar with it, if you're using 3 a day, all of a sudden you're going to go through...
Is it 3 a day or is it 3 every full moon, wasn't it? I think so.
Well, even then, even at 3 every...
Like 3,000 years, that's a lot of Tana leaves.
That's a lot of Tana leaves. So there has to be some replenishing aspect of the Tana leaves that we don't know about.
Right. So the doctor, or both of the archaeologists, like, look, I think they use them for embalming and everything. So then he comes outside, and the jackals are howling, and the...
Clearly, it's great to stress the native workers, especially.
Yeah, they're like,
they know
death in
like,
these hills
evil
tonight.
spirits. Yeah.
Like, you open in a holy grave, and I can't stay. This guy's out too.
Yeah, he does not want to be caught up on whatever these people get into. No.
So here you see the old Professor
at Endoheb.
And he comes in and he's like, hey, where'd you come from? He's like, the important thing, doctor, is that I'm here. He's like, you knew about this tomb? He's like, of course I knew about this tomb pretty much. He's like, there's some things inside that, you should not be brought to light. And some that should, and some that should be left alone. He's like, you mean we never should have came to this cave? He's like, since you are here, I think it is fitting that you should learn exactly what you've stumbled upon.
Yeah.
So he's like, come. This is fantastic right here.
Yeah.
He's like, for a scientist, you are very unobserving, Doctor. I think Petit's his name, ain't it?
I believe so. Yes, correct. Petit. I'm trying to find his last name here. Oh, it's just Dr. Petrie. Dr. Petrie.
He said,
like Petri dish.
But this guy has a pulse beat.
Yeah.
It's absurd. He's like, watch this vial of fluid from the 9 Tana leaves. And he's like, watch this. And he takes this little vial. He's like, look, it doesn't mean anything to you, doctor. He's like, well, watch what happens when, he drops the vial into the mummy's lips. Mm-hmm. Dripping. And the doctor looks, and his facial expression is like, basically...
It's impossible. It's beating faster. It's coming alive.
It's alive. And you see the mummy swallow.
Mm-hmm.
And here you get the whole mummy's arm starts moving.
Yeah. The mummy's hand. Oh, that's the title of the movie.
And he grabs up, and here his eyes are open, and they are just black.
Yeah. Full on, just terrifying. Looks amazing.
Yeah, he does. He grabs him with the left hand and he starts choking the life out of him.
Yeah. I love the lighting in this situation too. They put the light over Professor Abnon's eyes to be like all more focused on his attention and how clothed in darkness.
So
he is.
basically, the priest just put a curse on him that said, "Hey, any of you that enter this valley, you're all gonna die. The curse is upon you all." So Babe and Steve go running into the tomb, and hey, the mummy's gone off the table. And he's like, "Well, who would have done that?" You know what I mean? He was kind of heavy, if you will.
Yeah. Can't just pick up a mummy and just kind of fill out his throat.
And there you see the doctor on the floor, and guess what? R.I.P.
No. What could have happened?
So,
Poor Dr. Petrie.
If you're keeping track at home, that is body count
number one. Numero uno.
So far.
Yeah. Will there be more? Stay tuned to find out.
Now we go to another black cut scene, and we're now back at the high priest chambers, if you will.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey," to the beggar guy. He's like, "You're gonna take this vial and you're gonna place it in one of the tents of the excavators." He's like, "Well, I understand." He's like, "Well, then go. Get out of here." And you go to another cutscene, and now you got Salvini doing another magic trick, right?
Yeah, kind of explaining the fundamentals of it to a degree. Yeah, and there he goes, swallows a rock, opens his mouth, and gets to swallow it. It's gone. Magic. And he gets it out of his ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty fun stuff. Delightful.
Stay tuned on next week on the Tragedy Cinema. Well, Kyle eats a rock.
Wouldn't be the first or last time, let's be honest.
So here goes the other guy. He tries to do it. He puts it in his mouth.
You need your calcium. Still a rock in his throat. That's not good. Just found out the trick doesn't work that well.
And the other guy said, "Is like, that's such great." And here's the mummy, man. Look how awesome he looks.
Looks fantastic, like a living statue. It's incredible.
He's like, "Look, I can tell you where to find the fluid that gives you life."
Mm-hmm. I love this way they direct the light in black and white films so much. Like, it's like you really do lose that in color films, especially where it's like you don't have just like the way they got the shadows perfectly aligned to it. They got so good. In
he said, "Look,
era.
You want to have use of that other arm and your other foot. I'll tell you where to find it." He's like, "You want it?" He's like, "It's down in the tents of the white men." Mm-hmm. And so the mummy's like,
"I'll do the thing then, I guess."
Yeah. So he's starting to. Poor guy, trying to get up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you just want to help the mummy out, really.
Well, I remember spraining my leg one time when I was at our old house, dude, trying to climb up a stair with a sprained leg. It hurts.
So. My dad just had knee surgery. I
kind of look like the mummy going up through there.
Yeah. I know the mummy feel. Yeah. One time I almost twisted my whole ankle really, really badly, and it was bad for months where I could barely walk.
So basically, they're drawing a map in the sand of this is where what we found on the
pottery. Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, what happens if we just draw this line here? And this is the mummy's cave." So Maria's in there doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Well, basically that means that her tomb would be somewhere behind this cave." So there's got to be some sort of connection between the two.
Yeah, definitely. So they're definitely trying to recreate it and trying to sort out, okay, what's the connection here? And then we're going to start digging to find out what more they can uncover and hopefully get more information. And it's clear they also, no one seems perturbed that Dr. Petrie just kind of died.
Yeah,
no one's really worried about
it. Hey, let's don't get him back down to the city or anything.
I guess the natives killed him. Oh, well, let's go back to work.
Yeah, and where's the body of the mummy?
Yeah, no one's worried about the mummy he's at. Just feared the natives stole it and killed the guy. It's that's incredibly disturbing. I would be very concerned if that happened.
So basically, they're still trying to get to the tomb of Princess Anaka, and this is where you see what's his name? Ali? Is that Ali?
I believe so, possibly. I believe it's Ali.
So the jackals are howling in, and the mummy's making his way down the side of the cliff, it looks like. Mm-hmm. And the beggar guy goes into the tent. And you notice he's wearing a medallion now, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he's going to put the vial into one of the tents.
Tents to bring the mummy specifically there. Yeah. It's incredible that you said they made this film for $82,000.
$84, yeah.
$84, yeah.
So basically, he puts that bottle in there, here comes the armed guard. He's got the gun. He goes into the tent, looking around. Hey, don't see anybody. Well, while I'm in here, I might as well look around, basically.
Yeah. I'm already investigating, so I might as well just find everything I can.
And the mummy's still slowly coming down the side of the mountain.
I like how small those black dots are in this screen, where even they keep framed in for this scene, like the little black dots in his eye to make it, appear so unholy, basically.
So the one guy looks and he sees the vial, and the mummy is at the tent entrance now, and he comes walking in. And this is really cool, right? His eyes, dude.
Yeah, it's looking impressive. Really great. Yeah.
And he's always choking people out with his left hand.
Yeah, never uses his right hand. That's why it's the mummy's hand and not the mummy's hands. We'll reserve that for the sequel.
So, hey, we've been digging a long time. We better knock it off, or basically the union for the archaeological picketing is going to get onto us. So he's like, yeah, it's tiring,
Yeah, like some people just said they're worn out. He made his whole thing about it.
Look, she said, wasn't there this urn filled with leaves? She's like, there's none in here now. So they have taken all those leaves out of there, so there's no evidence of those Tana leaves left in this cave that they've been digging in next to where the mummy's tomb was.
It's unclear to me, like, is this like the magic of the tomb itself, or is it like Professor Abdeman trying to take that around or something like that? Did he take all the leaves for himself, maybe for later, or what?
I think so. I think maybe he moved them. But my thing is, who took them?
Yeah, I really don't know. Well, I guess I would assume it to be like the Professor Abdeman's assistant, the beggar, basically, who's the spy in his own right. Like, I would guess he does all these tasks. He seems like to be the main man
but if you remember, the mummy killed the doctor in there, and then the mummy and the
Abdaheb.
Yeah,
And
they both left, and them people have pretty much been in there the entire time. So I really don't know where the leaves went.
Yeah, it's
So plot hole.
Plot hole continuity is kind of
So,
a little bit loose in this movie.
It's late at night, so they're all gonna return. So Salvini and his daughter go into one tent.
Yeah,
And this is
and
where
then
they
Marta
find
unfortunately finds the dead body of the guy who was just murdered by the mummy. Body number 2.
number 2.
Number 2. Mr. Dose.
He's like, he's dead.
How'd that happen? Those gray streaks on his throat.
Yeah, the gray streaks on the throat. I was like, what, really?
Okay. Like, did his gray rub off on him? Like,
So now we have Petrie and Ali were both already choked to death with the left hand of the mummy, since his right hand he doesn't use much. So Steve goes to his tent, and he gets something out. What's he get? Like a
find out here. It's because always has
his
guns.
revolver,
his
yeah.
guns and his belts, his gunslinger belts. Yeah.
So Ali and the mummy are still. Mummies, they use the same shot of the mummy, I think, going down the mountain.
I believe,
again.
yeah, they just recycled the shot and kind of just maybe played the speed a little bit. Yeah.
So now, Maria is, or Marta, not Maria, it's Marta. That's her name.
Marta.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Marta. I
Yeah.
said Maria.
Sorry, we've been calling her Maria.
Chicken
this
scratch
whole
handwriting,
time.
like I
Yeah.
said.
So basically, she grabs Steve's hand. He's holding her hand. She's like, I'm scared. He's like, I got to go get some help, and I'll come back. And as soon as I know that you and your father are safe, you know what I mean? So here you have the, I guess this is Ali again, right? Cutting not Ali, the beggar guy.
Yeah.
Cutting the straps of the tent again. And this is where he cuts it, it comes in again. And once again, he is going to put
A new vial. Yeah.
So, basically, I think he had 9 Tana leaves in the first one, and this is over that then, right?
Yeah, it seems to be like he's almost pointing out, like it's 9 Tana leaves per kill, basically. This is the payment for the mummy to do these actions. So it's a bit of an odd continuity possibly there, too, where it's like it's not explained quite properly, but it does it good enough, basically. Like, hey, as long as it keeps getting Tana leaves, he's going to keep killing. Yeah.
So basically, they're gonna pack up and get Marta to safety, and she's talking to Babe at the fire, and he's like, "Hey, don't let anything happen to him." He's like, yeah, I won't." Basically, so the mummy still. What I don't understand, also, is why did the mummy leave the campsite then? It's like he left, and it's the same time frame.
Yeah, well, he got his Tana leaves, so he went to go take his break. It's just he had his 15 minutes. The moment turns out he's a smoker, so he goes out. He gets 5 breaks a day because he smokes.
Those Tana leaves went right through him. He had to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. Well, he rolled him up. He had a cigarette. I got to get my smoke break. I need like 16 of these a day, as all workers do.
Oh, and she gives Steve a kiss.
Oh, how cute! I got a crush.
Oh, he's like, what? Hey, and Babe's over there choking. Does he swallow a rock again?
Probably. He can't figure it out. Ugh. One day I'll figure out how to make this rock magical.
He's like, hey, what happened? He's like, I was practicing my rock trick. And Steve's like, really? He's like, next time you better be practicing on real people, not
A
yourself.
pebble, not real people.
Oh, sorry. Pebble, real people would be interesting too.
Yeah.
So Salvini, he sat down and he's seen that little vial there and he touches it. And
He
then
just snisses it. doesn't even think
Marta
anything about
gets
it.
in her nightgown and she's like, I'm afraid, Pops, what's going to happen? Is there something about that cave that none of us understands? And Salvini's like, it's on
Nonsense,
nothing.
honey. We're all just unstrung. It's been a long day. 2 people have died. It's nothing to worry about.
He says, in a month we'll be back home. She's like, okay, Pops. It's like, everything's okay. And here comes the mummy, just basically rolling down the hill. Mm-hmm. He's moving a little faster now, though, it seems. So that's the second vial of
He's getting those Tana leaves. He's excited to get back on it. He's feeling good. He's having a good day.
So you got Babe and Steve.
Yeah.
They're
got
outside.
goose
And
pimples.
here comes the mummy. Look at this shot. The mummy shadow creeping over Marta.
The hand is so good in that scene.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Mm-hmm. And he comes around and he comes in where
I believe he goes to the father
the
first.
guy had slit the tent. He comes in. He sees the vial.
I got my drugs.
Go, 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 go. He takes it, and this is where Salvini's like, whoa.
That's not right. I didn't ask for a mummy tonight.
And there's his eyes again. That is so
This
fantastic.
pure black
So he
eyes.
takes him, and he's shaking him. And here's what I don't understand. And so Marta screams. Mm-hmm. He looks.
They even black out his mouth, too. It's
I
so
know.
good.
My thing is, why... You come to find out that the Salvini isn't dead here. Mm-hmm. Why?
I guess he's knocked out.
I mean, do you think he's just startled?
Or
from...
he passed out from being choked, and then Marta screamed, and then the mummy immediately took Marta because, as monsters do, they gotta take a lady.
And so he's carrying her up the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And that'd be really hard. Number one, with the mummy being in all those bandages and everything, all the makeup and stuff that he was in. But then having her lay like that, she's like got her head
Completely lifeless and
flipped over.
Yeah.
And so Babe and Steve are after him. They go in there. They don't know where he went. And the mummy's still just
Shambling.
along. Yeah. He's like, hey, look, this they must have come through here. He's like, but where could they have disappeared to? He's like, look, I'm going to take a look outside. But he's
So they're
like,
going there, and they
not by
see-
myself. And now they see the
Ando
beggar
Heb's
guy.
assistant, the bigger guy, king, beggar, old man. We should probably get a name for him someday, but not today. He's going to do his knife trick. Oh no, but some gunshots flew at him.
Steve shot and killed the alms guy.
Just go, so bullets beat
They
guns.
said, hey, it's the bigger guy from the bazaar. He's like, well, what's he doing here? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so he finds the medallion around his neck, and he's like, ah. So that brings me a question. So does the high priest and all the followers have that medallion? Or did the high priest give him that medallion so the mummy would be there following his instructions?
I don't remember seeing the scene of Adam giving him a medallion, but it's clear that he is like Ando Heb's right-hand man to a degree. His
Right.
assistant does all the legwork, so it's possible that he made another a medallion specifically for him to direct his forces. But it's possible like the mummy would know not to attack Ando Heb or this beggar, basically. This assistant.
And so basically,
Oh, he's got his...
Babe's got Poopsie, brings her and gives her a kiss. Says, you gotta be with me now. or
Gotta
whatever.
have that good luck.
So the mummy has brought the... Look at her just laying there lifeless. And he's going down the stairs. I feel like I am surprised there was not a huge accident with the mummy walking down the stairs here.
That was shot 1 to 15.
Right. So he's carrying her. And look, he's just dragging that foot, one step at a time. It's very well done.
Impressive work. And this whole set actually looks incredible.
Oh, it does. What is that? Gigantic camel in the background?
Yeah, like a pharaoh head or some degree, like a I can't remember the god's name. Yeah,
Amun Ra.
Amun Ra. Yes, Amun Ra. Probably that's probably a statue of Amun Ra. Yes,
So
Egyptian
basically,
gods.
no, watch, he just throws her on the table.
kind of just slings her on like
Watch.
Yeah,
Watch her
I
head.
give up. There you go. Boink. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, well, that kind of hurts, she said. He did rolls it up.
Yeah.
He's like, look, you're going to return to the tombs. You'll find more of your fluid. We'll go while the moon is yet
Your
high.
Tana Leaves juice.
So your power to move wanes with the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's like, look, you've only got a select amount of time. You gotta get this.
Yeah.
So we have Marta passed out on the table. You got Steve coming in. He looked outside. He didn't find anything, so he's going back inside, and he finds, I think, a piece of the pottery that was cracked on the urn. Tosses it aside. Doesn't find anything. Finds another piece.
He's going to find the marking that...
This might be the marking that I was missing all along.
The pieces he needs to get to that tomb we just saw previously.
The secret chamber.
The
So
secret chamber.
he's going to put them all together like a Lego.
Yeah.
Now the mummy going down the stairs again. He's like, oh, stairs.
Yeah.
So now we have Marta is now strapped down to the, I guess, the stone altar, if you will, in the high priest chambers. He's like, hey, you're very beautiful. So before I'm going to make you immortal, like Karis, you will live forever. So basically, I guess we could call this the bride of the mummy, if you will.
Something kind of equivalent to it. Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the goal.
Now my question is, if he does this, does he have to bury her alive, or can he just make her drink the Tana's leaves and she'll look like that forever the way she looks?
I don't necessarily know if she had buried necessarily, but definitely I imagine has to drink the Tana leaves and be wrapped up and possibly go through the whole torturous process of mummification in the first place, and then she'll eventually reincarnate. But the part of being buried, maybe you can do without it. Who knows? But it definitely has to feel like put in a sarcophagus and all that kind of stuff. That's what I think.
And there goes the mummy stumbling along.
Yep. Hey, Craig.
Says, I'm going to prepare enough of these foods to make us both immortal. Oh, so he's going to do it to himself, too.
Yeah. So
I didn't catch that the first time.
The guy's been alone for a while. He said, you know what? This random woman I kidnapped, I'm going to make her my wife, basically.
Now I have a question. If they make them both immortal, does that mean that nobody will be able to feed the Tana leaves to anybody else? Or does you drink so much you're immortal automatically forever anyway? Remember how they said 3 every full moon, 9 you could kill somebody, and then if you do more than 9... you're an unstoppable monster, basically.
I think you're I think you're thinking about it more than they did.
True. It's just the way my mind works.
Yeah, I know.
So Steve is back in there, and he's like, oh, there's got to be a chamber here somewhere. So he's thinking, hey, is this behind the what's behind door tomb number 1?
Yeah.
So he's like, wait a minute. If I just push right here.
If I give a push and a tug there, then boom, secret door time.
Yep.
I'm a great archaeologist.
Secret panel.
Yeah. It's like The Price is Right, only with mummies. Actually, that's just The Price is Right. Old people joke.
Show us on the Showcase Showdown.
Have your pets spayed or neutered, folks.
R.I.P. Bob Barker. He's not dead yet, though, is he? Is he?
I don't think he is. No, Bob Barker's still alive. Drew Carey's been hosting the show for 5 years now, I think, though. Yeah. Drew Carey, great actor, too.
So the mummy, Steve's inside this secret chamber now, and he's looking around like, hey. And here comes the mummy, unbeknownst to Steve, is behind him going down the same secret chamber. And now we have, the guy has this gigantic needle. Remember, folks, get your COVID-19 vaccine
exactly,
right here.
Get your vaccinations.
He's got a big old needle.
And you'll live forever, just like these two folks.
Or you don't even have to go through some experimentation first, walk around like the mummy for the rest of your life. But still.
The mummy just got vax sticker. Oh no.
The mummy walks around with an FDA approved
mummy. Oh no. Those political cartoons. I can see him now.
So
Bob Barker is 97 years old. He's going to turn 98 this year. Good for him.
Yeah. So Poopsie, or Babe's out there with Poopsie. He's like, come on, Babe, Poopsie, let's go. So he's on the outside. He's going up to the temple from the outside. Steve's obviously in the secret chamber. And Babe looks, he's like, oh man, look at all those stairs.
That's got to be the place. I got to go up these stairs. Yeah.
So the high priest just sitting there waiting, and he pulls out the secret compartment in his drawer where he has, not only knives and needles, but a revolver he tucks into the sleeve of his robe. Which, maybe he's been watching The Great Salvini too much.
Even the man of the cloth carries a Colt.
So here we go. So here's where the high priest goes. I wouldn't shoot me if I were you. He's like, well, so Professor Andy. He's like, what are you doing out here in these mountains selling real estate? He's like, where's the girl? He's like, you're never going to see her again.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, she's dead. you know.
No, she's not dead or something like that. Yeah, or something.
He said, I'll give you three to tell, count of three to tell me. He's like, I'm not kidding. He's like, one. He's like, you wouldn't shoot an unarmed man in cold blood. He's like, two. And he's like, if you were to kill me, you would leave a larger monster whom only I can control. And he's like, three. Babe shoots him. Boom. And this is a great scene, too, where the priest gets shot and he's going flying down the stairs.
Yeah. I wonder if they sped up this footage or if he actually really fell down that fast. If he did, I'd be worried about him. But if they sped it up, then that's probably a lot better. You know.
Yeah, I still think it would hurt either way.
Yeah.
And this is where he's like, you know, the mighty Isis, forgive me. Basically, I have failed you. And Babe's like, hey, I did it.
Yeah. Babe saved the day.
So he goes walking inside, and Steve comes around the corner, and he's in the big chamber now, if you will. Mummy, not far behind.
Yep. Slowly shambling towards him. He's going to catch up someday.
And he turns the corner, and this is where he sees Marta on the altar. Runs over. Marta! And she's like, how'd you get here? She's like, Steve!
Yeah, I fell, and then I woke up
alive. He's like, yeah, I know. She's like, Pop all right? He's like, he's all right. He's just shaking up. Now, the mummy could have choked the life out of him quicker than that.
Yeah, could have been dead. Who knows?
So here comes the mummy, still trying to get down the stairs.
Yeah.
The mummy's like one of those creatures, you know, that it kind of reminds me of Michael Myers. You know, no matter how slow he moves,
yeah,
you know you're in trouble.
You gotta chase down everyone, but still walk at the same time.
So
he breaks a vial of the candle leaves,
and the mummy's eyes there is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. She's like, Ernst, you know, the urn, Steve, there's full of it. So the mummy's going over there, and he's trying to shoot the mummy. Nothing's happening. And mummy's like, yeah, whatever. If I get this,
I don't care about mere mortal weapons.
Right.
You know, I got mummy power.
And then
mummy
the
power.
eyes. So he grabs Steve left,
mummy grip.
And he's going for the tana leaves, and Steve tries to give him the old shoulder block. Gets thrown, breaks another vase, and here comes Babe, and he's like, "Babe, stop him!" You know, and this is where he's going for the thing. So he shoots the actual. He shoots the actual cup of all the tana leaves, and it's leaking. And this is a sad scene. The mummy gets down on his hands and knees and starts licking the floor.
Yeah, he's got to get it all.
Yeah.
Everything he can get. You know. Yeah, in a pathetic way, but also...
This is really the cool scene. He takes the fire that was on there, throws it on him, and the mummy catches on fire. Just basically, you know, all that kindling he's got with all those wraps on him. Mm-hmm. And probably the tannis leaves that were boiling were probably flammable, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I guess.
If you look at the mummy, he is just...
Not having
burning
a good day.
to a crisp.
Mm-hmm. Just like Michael Myers.
Yeah. And she's like, boy... And then she just passes out.
Typical damsel in distress.
Babe's like, oh, it's just like a woman.
Back in the older movies, folks kind of thing.
Babe passes out right next to it.
Also, damsel in distress.
Yeah. Oh, it was hilarious. So then you see like the moon going down. Next day, they're back at the bazaar shop, and he's like, the Bedgar's like, hey, it's from far away. And she's like, nope, we ain't buying any more vases, dear. You know, we're done with that. We're going back to America. She's like, anything you say, boss. And Babe's like, hey, Steve, I got a cablegram for you. And Sylvania's like, everything on the ship. He's like, yeah, the jewels of Anakas are safe in the ship's vault. And he's like, what's cooking, partner? He's like, read it. And so it says, the job in the bone washing department is no longer open. Stop. I'm making it myself. Stop. You're getting my job. Best regards, Doc Lyons. And that's the end of the Universal Monsters. So,
Mummy.
Kyle, what did you think of The Mummy's Hand?
I think it's a fun movie and it's overall you can tell it's kind of like a little bit of a cheaper sequel than the original Mummy, but this is definitely also going a little far with like having like dark scenes but also very funny scenes. So I thought it was pretty fun overall. So overall, pretty good movie, worth watching if you're a fan of the Universal Monsters. Right. What did you think?
I really thought that the Mummy looked really good in this, especially what they did with his eyes and mouth, where they blacked out his entire thing. And then if you notice at the end there, where they drop the vial, you can see some of the white of his eyes come back. You know, and like, oh, now I'm really screwed.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really well done. Was Babe a little over the top in some of the scenes? Yeah, a little comedy relief, and that's what I don't understand. The Universal Monsters is there's always some. Like we saw in Dracula's Daughter, there's always some like comedy in here. Like the two guys,
the two cops in Dracula's Daughter,
yeah, the guys that was watching the bodies and all that. So I like that they threw a little bit of comedy in there, but it was really well done. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
That was my first time watching that one, so I really enjoyed it.
Yep, overall, pretty fun show.
All right, Kyle. I think this episode of the Universal Monster Series is coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.